Hey everybody, it's Tripl-L, and now let's talk My Hero Academia. Chapter 181. Alright, cool. Guys, alright, so this chapter, I guess, ends things off. Maybe? Guys, honestly, I'm not really sure how I feel about this. And I'm not talking about the gentle stuff. The gentle stuff is fine. I'm talking about the last little bit of the chapter where we just kind of like finished, or we just went to the performance itself. And I'll talk about that at length. But first, the gentle stuff. The gentle stuff, you know what? At the end of the day, I think this is a perfect, or not perfect, a good enough resolution to gentle. You've been following the videos, you know I was rooting for gentle to get into UA because I wanted this to blow up, right? We know that. So for this one, you know what? I'm just gonna say, okay, cool. I'm fine that we didn't go this direction. Like really, the gentle fight itself was so much of a good thing that it already reached my expectations. I'm happy as a fan reading through the gentle stuff. I'm happy as a fan like looking at gentle and how he ended this off. I'm happy with how things worked out with him and Izuku like fudging the reality of the situation a little bit to make things work out a little bit more. I'm happy with all that stuff. I'm not that upset about it. You know, for me, a big thing was checking whether or not UA was at a point of overconfidence, and at this point, with the reality presented in this chapter, well, I can safely say, like, I underestimated Hound Dog. The guy's really scary. He's way more scary than I thought possible. I'm very sorry, Hound Dog. I will never underestimate you again. So please stop making those really scary faces. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Hound Dog looked like he wanted to bite someone's head off. Holy. Anyway, you know, underestimated him. He was more than enough. He was competent enough. He had ectoplasm with him. He had snipe with him. When you have like everyone talking on the intercoms, it's like, all right, that's pretty cool. So overall, I personally, going up through these chapters, I wanted to see that invasion happening. We all know it's because I wanted to see what would happen after that point. But with this is good enough, right? It showed me the characters are competent. It showed me a really touching moment for Gentle. I'm really into it. So like Gentle himself, we all saw the chapter. He's pretty. It's a pretty simple thing to explain for Gentle at this point. He's just, after getting beat down, you tend to become a lot more reflective, and he's reflecting on his actions to some degree. And one of the things that he does point out is the self-serving nature that he adopted to some degree. And this was one of the bigger things with Gentle, is that you could see that he was selfish. He was selfish. He was like promoting his certain ideals because he wanted to do things in his particular way. I think that's one of the big real faults when it came to Gentle. Just he's doing things for himself and he's not really considering other people. Other than that, what else does he do that's really illegal? Well, actually, most of what he does is illegal, although he masquerades it as there being some kind of higher purpose there as well. Gentle's chase for fame ultimately does end up warping what he is doing, but as far as it goes on the scale of villains, I think Gentle is relatively harmless. I don't think Gentle should be put in any kind of jail that's even equivalent to wherever All For One is. So let's hope he doesn't end up there, because that would be really ridiculous. I also enjoy how Gentle ended it off by saying that this is the story of a hero dropout. Because like I said in one of the previous chapters, I really enjoy that we're like following up a potential angle for what happens to hero dropouts. Mind you, I think I mentioned this in the last chapter, Gentle does have a choice in all this. He did have a choice. He could have gone the vigilante route, because we see in Hero Academia Vigilantes that route is actually totally manageable. And that we've seen that the heroes are more or less okay letting the vigilantes do things as long as the vigilantes aren't going too crazy. So I end off the Gentle things thinking like, wow, this was really brisk, this was really fast, this was a really cool guy. I wish I could see more of him, but I think it's better for the chapters to leave us wanting than they are to just leave us tired. The overhaul arc was one of the longer arcs in Hero Academia, and at some points, you know, some chapters did definitely slow down, and like it got to a point where you could wonder, well, maybe this could have been shorter. But for Gentle, all I can think is that, like Stain, I do want to see Gentle again in the future, and I hope for something cool to happen with, well, I don't know. I don't know how we could bring Gentle back into the story. I hope it would be a fun thing. Anyway, the only last thing I want to like really add into this is just the overhype, or just how much the author hypes up stuff for his manga. And what I'm referring to is just, and you know, I guess this is gonna like kind of also affect the rest of the conversation when it comes to just talking about what the last bit of the chapter ended up doing. Sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought there as I was looking for a page. So 1 second, let me just very quickly find the page that I wanted to talk about. Okay, cool. So back in chapter 170, this is just, it was that page that ended off with Gentle and La Brava, Gentle like splashing himself, and then it ended off with the 3 kids being juxtaposed with Gentle's panel. You know, like, you look back at that page and it makes you think like these 3 kids are going to be involved in whatever Gentle is scheming, and now you see the reality of the situation. It's like, not really. Yeah, like Eddie's smile was at stake, but no one was really in danger. It's funny to see how cliffhangers work, and then when we actually get to the reality of the chapter, maybe it's not as bad as the cliffhanger made it seem. So that's all the way back in chapter 170. Actually, looking back in chapter 172, the police department were really on top of Gentle, trying to figure out where he was and doing all kinds of stuff. So maybe Gentle will end up in a very high security prison. I hope not. You know, like, thinking that La Brava has really good hacking skills, I think like the police department would be better off using La Brava for like cyber crimes division or something like that. I think that'd be really cool. Heck, if Gentle could become a consultant, I think that would be a really nice deal. But at this point, Gentle's inflicted so much harm on heroes that it really, he's gonna have to get penalized somehow. Anyway, moving into the second half of the chapter, this is the half that I'm not sure how I feel about, only because it just happened so quickly. Like, I'm not sure how to think about this chapter until I see the next chapter, which may not even be this week, because I know Golden Week's a thing. It's just because once Gentle's out of the picture, we just start montaging our way through Izuku narrating stuff and just going through everyone getting ready for the festival itself. And I don't know, man. I thought we were gonna get, well, this might be an issue of expectations. I thought we were gonna get more showcase of the kids in the band. I thought we were gonna get more well, yeah, I guess Jiro. I thought we were gonna get more Jiro. I thought we were gonna get more Ashiro, at least a little bit more, just to see, like, well, just to see how they were feeling about all the work that they were putting in. But once Gentle started, it just turned into an Izuku show with some little flashbacks and some little like cut-ins in between. It's just like, because the chapter ends off with Eddie smiling, I wonder if they're gonna linger on this nice moment for a few more chapters, or maybe even one more chapter, or is the next chapter just gonna be a cut to the night of the cultural festival where it's already ended? I hope not. I want to see more slice of life stuff, man. I want to see like Class 1B. I want to see the beauty pageant. I want to see if the guy with the stupid hairdo actually is cool with watching the kids playing in the band. You know, it's just, I feel a little bit bad because like the slice of life stuff is just kind of relegated to those last few pages. And I'm looking through the pages now. Another special note is that Izuku picked up Gentle's camera. I do wonder if that's a soft confirmation that we'll see Gentle again in the future. Anyway, if this is the end of the slice of life stuff, I'm legitimately disappointed. I want to see I want to dwell in this nice moment for a little bit longer. So I'm gonna leave the question off to you guys. What do you think? Are we getting more slice of life, or do you think that this might be like the end of the arc, and maybe the next chapter is an epilogue type chapter for the arc itself? Let me know down below. But yeah, I'm not sure how to feel about that one. It's just, it happened so quickly, and I like the slice of life stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna call it there, guys. Thanks for watching. Till next time, I hope you have an absolutely great day.